welcome once again to Glass Painting with Jack. I'm Jack and I'm glad that you could join me. Today we're going to be doing an easy project that's ideal for beginners. We're going to be doing this window hanging inspired by the Scottish artist Charles Rennie Mackintosh. Although this is a slightly more grown-up design, the project itself is still easy enough for kids to join in too. Perhaps your children would like to do this design and send it in the post to someone they love as a way of cheering them up, perhaps to a gran or an auntie. So before we get started, let me talk you through the materials that you're going to need. First of all, you're going to need a template. Now these are both available on my website to download for free. They're Charles Rennie Mackintosh inspired designs that I've created myself. Just follow the link in the description below. You'll also need an A5 sheet of acetate, masking tape, paintbrush, a little pot of water. I'm using an old yogurt pot, but a little pot of water to clean your brush, and kitchen roll to dry it off on, which is really important. If you have a handful of these little guys to hand, these are really helpful for cleaning up any mistakes that you might make. I recommend using the Vitria 160 range when you're starting out in glass painting. That's the range that I use with all my students, and that's what I'll be using today. For the outline, I'll be using their relief creams. It comes in different colours. I'll be using black. And then I have a range of different colours of their actual little paint pots that I'll be using today. So just follow the link below and you can choose to order whatever colours you think you might want to do this project in. If you're working with children, I would recommend Baker Ross's products. That link will also be in the description below. They do glass painting pens, which are often easier for small children to use when doing outlines and that kind of thing. I think that's us finished going through the materials that we'll need, so let's get started. So I am positioning my template underneath my sheet of acetate just to see where I want to position it. So I'm not positioning it dead centre, I'm doing it slightly off because I'm looking to see where on the acetate I want it to sit. And then I'm using my masking tape to stick down onto the tabletop at the four corners. Then we don't need to worry about holding our template steady while we put our outline on, which is the first thing we're going to do. Is I'm going to take my outline. It's called a relief cream because it dries slightly raised, and you squeeze the tube and move the point along the surface that you want to paint on. So I'm cleaning it first of all. So I'm ready to go on my surface. We want to keep our hands quite firmly on the table as much as we can, because that keeps us steady and gives us a steady line when we work. And we want to work on this side first and then this side, so that if you're working left-handed, obviously do the opposite, because you don't want to work over the wet areas that you've already done. So, and also work from the top down towards ourselves. So I'm going to start by doing the rose shape in the middle at the top. Now I've made the lines of the template quite thick so that we don't need to worry about going off the line slightly. And if you are using glass painting pens, the lines should be thick enough for you to see where you're going. with the relief cream, when you get to the end and you, oh, I've got a spurt there. That happens sometimes when there's air bubbles in the tube. So I'm just going to gently tease that spurt out a little bit with a cotton bud. When you get to the end of your line, if you're touching the relief cream on to a bit of relief cream that you've already done, you just kind of touch it on and then lift off your tube, and you'll probably find that you'll need to clean it on your kitchen towel before you put it down on the acetate again, because you don't want to get things all smudged. So I've only come down to halfway so that I can get in to work on the other things without smudging the lines. The more you squeeze your tube, the thicker the line you'll get. The gentler you squeeze it, the thinner the line. Okay, so the outline is done. We can carefully remove our tape. Carefully holding on to the acetate as we do so that it doesn't move. Okay, and so then we take the template away. We can see our work, what we've actually painted on the acetate, and there's little gaps where, if you've noticed when you take it off, there's little gaps. We can come back and repair those little gaps once the outline cream is dry. Okay, so everything's lovely and dry, and I have repaired any gaps that were in my design, and I've also made some of the lines just that little bit thicker by going over them very gently again with the relief cream. So I'm now ready to start. I have a selection of colours here that I will talk you through as I go. I don't know how it's going to look because I've not actually practiced this design, so I'm just going to go with the flow with the colours, but I will talk you through them as I go. And I have already stirred my paints with my little cocktail stick, because they do need stirred before you start using them. So I have done that, and I am ready to go. And I'm going to start, and I think I want the rose design to be purple, so I'm going to go with the purple, and it is number 7 in the Victoria range. All the colours come numbered as well. So, and what we do is we dip our brush in the paint. It's okay if you get a lot on your brush because we're working on a flat surface, so we don't need to worry too much about how thick it goes on or how thin. So we're just looking to colour fill all the spaces. I just wipe the excess paint off on my kitchen roll and then use the water to clean the brush and then dry it. So we want to keep our paints as usable as possible. Now, so this is Oriental Green, which is number 13. I do have a Sandalwood Green number 14, which is also a really nice colour, but I'm going to do the little heart leaves in this colour. I'm also going to use a thicker brush for this because there are larger areas and my thin brush is better for smaller areas. The beauty about not having it stuck down is that this not being stuck down is that we can move it around now to where we want it to be. Right, so this colour is Sandalwood Green and it's number 14, and I'm thinking I'm going to do those two strips in the sandalwood. to use Sunshine Yellow now, which is number 1. It's quite a bold choice, so I'm hoping it's going to peel off and not be too bright. To bring balance again, so I'm going to use the yellow in here. Now you can use as many colours as you want and make yours as colourful as you would like. There really isn't a right way or wrong way to do it in terms of colour. This is Bengal Pink, which is number 6. I think I'm going to put in here. The sort of balance that I'm keeping between the colours. I think I'm going to use purple in that section there and then leave that and that blank. So I'm going to go back to the Oriental Green because I'm liking the 2 little highlights it's got, and I'm going to do that section Oriental Green. So there's only the very small section in the middle that I'm going to leave blank. So it's okay to just decide these things as you go and have fun with it. So if you've got a colour combination that worked, you can repeat it, and if you've got a colour combination that didn't work but you've got some other ideas, you can start again on a new piece. Someone in your life will really appreciate one of your creations as a gift. And I have found that even if I don't like something I've done as much, someone else will love it. We've all got different tastes, so never discount something that you've done. I'm going to put a little bit of white in there to bring it out and make it pop. Another thing I had thought of doing is you can mix the colours. So I had thought of mixing white with the purple to create a lighter purple in some of the other spaces. The white is not transparent, it's opaque. My finished and completely dry window hanging. If you're going to hang this in your window or on a mirror in your house, use some double-sided sticky tape in each corner, just a little square will do. Or you may prefer to use sellotape or blue tack. My Rennie Mackintosh inspired window hanging finished and up in the window. I've not stuck it on properly because I am going to be putting it in the post. If you're planning to put your window hanging in the post to someone, then you're going to need to get yourself some cardboard to put in with it to stop it being bent. So you can use, like I got this out my recycling bin, something else came to us in this. You can use something out of your recycling bin. You can cut up a cardboard box. Cereal boxes are great. You could use part of a cereal box. Cut your cardboard to size and then stick the whole thing in an A4 envelope, fold it into the size you need it to be and sellotape it, and then it's ready to send in the post. I'm going to send this one to my mum to cheer her up. Create this lovely window hanging, or have found this video helpful for your own glass painting projects, please give me a thumbs up and feel free to leave any comments in the comments section below or questions that you might have, and I'll get back to you with the answer. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the little bell icon, and that way you'll get notifications every time I upload a video. I'd love to have you along again, and until next time, bye!